morning, everyone. Welcome to this summer school on blockchain consensus, which is put on by the Columbia-Ethereum Research Center for Blockchain Protocol Design. I know many of you already, but haven't met you. I'm Tim Roughgarden, professor here at Columbia. Also helping me out is Mahim Nikelthar, postdoc supported by the center. He's back there, some of you I'm sure know. Divya Mohan, not sure it's here yet. She's another postdoc supported by the center. Who will also be helping out with the workshop. That's Alexis over there, providing support. There's also Antonio Sion. Many of you met them at the registration desk. They will be taking very good care of everybody for the rest of it. So a little bit about the vision of the workshop and how it work. So I think this is a really exciting time for consensus and blockchain consensus specifically. Sort of unusually, like I think just in the last couple of years, there's been some really interesting theoretical developments. Some sort of new larger scale and better engineered implementation deployments within the protocol we both have. And I think a really healthy interaction between those two theories that's been developed has in large part been motivated by what better consensus protocols in practice would need. A lot of people doing the tech transfer and actually building these things out know the theory extremely well. So having spent a career in theoretical science, this is kind of a beautiful moment in time. Both theory and practice to be so innovative, we're constantly have such a healthy conversation between the two. Honestly, this workshop is in large part meant to sort of capture that moment in time. So it's fairly unique. And then I'm very proud of the program that we have. List of speakers, I think it's amazing. People, you will know many of their names from their research papers, but also many of the speakers are sort of deep in the trenches, really making this stuff work at large scale, very high value applications in practice. So we're hearing all of their perspectives. In addition to some academics, we've got representatives from the Ethereum Foundation, Anza, Aptos, Mystic Labs, a lot of the people that are building the biggest, sort of most widely used layer ones. We'll hear from them all. As far as the format, so I've deliberately tried to have a lot of space in the program. So you should definitely feel free to ask speakers questions as they go through. 75 minutes, definitely all the speakers should be taking Q&A as they come up during the talk. There's at least a minimum 30-minute break between every pair of talks, both so we don't get overloaded, but also so there's plenty of opportunity for the attendees to interact with the speakers, also the speakers with each other. You have a lot of catching up to you as well. And while I've asked the speakers to keep the background fairly minimal, right, so hopefully people at least have some basic literacy, the definition of Byzantine agreement, notions of synchrony and asynchrony, just some basic stuff we've learned in the first couple hours studying consensus protocols. Remarkably, even with that minimal background, I think you can understand a lot of what's been really exciting and innovative over the last couple of years. And that's going to be the focus. So we're not going to be sort of covering what you would cover in a traditional shooting computing class. The focus really is on recent innovations. So again, I've asked the speakers to keep it at a level that should be accessible to everybody. Then a couple other things about the schedule. So lightning talk. So about 10 or 11 of you have signed up for the lightning talk, which is fantastic. So we're going to have a session of those at the end of the day on Thursday. And then we'll also stick around today to get a reception following the final talk, 5 to 6 o'clock, and that'll be there's Divya Mohan, the other postdoc supported by the center, who's going to be helping also. So that's all I had. Any questions before we get into the program for the first speaker? Without further ado, let me introduce the first speaker, Ty Abraham, a very well-known researcher in consensus protocols for more than a couple of decades now. Currently, my colleague at A16Z Crypto Research to be speaking to us about the very exciting developments around this simple but beautiful protocol